Okay, so there's not really anywhere where I'm gonna go with this. Really, it's been planned, or I've been planning it for a while. This is just from my phone recording, so I don't know the audio, how good the audio will be. I'm hoping it's good. So, like, this is very random. This is gonna be. I don't really plan on this going anywhere. I don't plan this on getting to a point. Well, maybe, but this is more like for fun because I need to be out. I need to get this out. Sort of. Or you gotta take things out. Anyway, I guess I'm Frankie. Nice to meet you. Um, like I said, I'm not sure where this will go or if I want this to go anywhere, but I just need some way to get it out. So this is me getting it out. So there's not really. This is gonna be pretty much unedited for mostly, I think. Um, One, I don't know how to edit. Two, I mean, I just kind of want things to just be there, just raw reaction, raw, genuine. I guess you could say so. It's a little scary for me too because I've never done anything like this. I always thought of doing something like this, but never got the courage to. Anyway, um, like I said, I'm Frankie. Um, this is just a talk, I guess, about random things and everything. I guess I'll start with saying is that doing this, wanting to do this, has always been like a thing of mine. Um, Ever since I was a little, probably maybe like 14, there was just things that got into my head, my brain, and I just need to get it out, but I just never did and everything. I got ideas that popped into my brain, but I didn't know how to execute them. No matter what I did or what I thought of, or sometimes I thought of things, I just never executed them. So, but now I'm at, I've gotten to a point where it's just too much. So now it's just getting, I need to get this stuff out and just kind of branch off and start really doing stuff with those ideas in my head instead of being very scared of them. Not scared, but scared to get them out or let those ideas or let myself think that I'll never be able to like get those ideas out no matter what I do. Because that's how I kind of always felt about things. Um, I guess this is part of it. First part of it, actually, I guess like this is me getting the idea, and the idea would be, I guess, like me talking to a camera for I don't know how long until I feel comfortable enough. So, but I think it's very important, no matter who you are, where you come from, the way you express yourself, the way you see yourself. I think your idea matters, no matter what it is. And I think sometimes people kind of, they kind of get scared of their own ideas because I think they're scared of being afraid of other people's opinions or other people's judgment. Because like, but sometimes like in my case, I guess I sometimes just like I don't give a fuck. And there's been some nights where I've gotten so close to making this and I just didn't because eventually I did give a fuck. But I guess now, well, I still kind of I give a fuck now, but I also don't give a fuck. Sorry for the language, but it's because I'm scared. Because like I am because this is, but also I shouldn't be because this is my idea and I shouldn't be afraid of my own ideas and my and the way I want to execute my idea because there's no right or wrong way to do it. There isn't. People do it however they want and like people do execute their ideas however they want, whether it be through talking about it, writing about it, like writing a song about it, through their art, through their just through their expression, through their like clothing, just whatever. It could be fucking, I don't know, through like cooking. I don't know. Or just putting a different pair of shoes, or fucking doing something, walking differently, walking different path home, or doing something new. People are afraid of doing that sometimes. I guess that ties into change, but whatever. But that ideas I think people are very afraid of aren't isn't as scary as they think they are. I think the only thing that they should be afraid of is never letting those ideas out into the world, because I think that's such an important factor, because we never could have got anywhere in the world without these people thinking of ideas and letting those ideas out. And like you could think like, oh, everything has already been thought of. We're in the big fucking year 2025. Like everything you see, it's kind of oversaturated because of social media. So now you're like, well, nothing is original. There's no original idea, but like there is. Each person has their own unique idea, his own perception of it, no matter how it is or how different it is to someone else's idea. You always have the idea, and the idea is always going to be unique to you and you only, like no matter what. And I guess that's something I struggle with myself, but like, I'm not gonna talk too much about myself. Well, I feel like I might slip in a couple of things because I'm just kind of like that. And as much as like I tell myself like, oh, I don't really like talking about myself, I do like talking about myself, and I'm okay with that. I am happy about talking about myself, but um, those ideas like you shouldn't let yourself be afraid of letting those things out, because one day you're gonna think back like you're gonna 5 years later, 10 years later, 20 years later, whatever, 50 years later, you're gonna think back and you're like, shoot, like I really wish I did it because I had nothing to lose. You don't have anything to lose ever getting these thoughts or these ideas out, whether it be through writing, making these a video, making art or anything. You never have anything to lose, and that's always an important part. There's always an experience that comes with letting the idea out too, because maybe you can learn from that idea. Like exceeding an idea creates more ideas, more creativity. It creates more. How would you say it? More creativity creates more ideas, more ideas, more creativity. More creativity means like the more you become comfortable with exceeding those ideas, because I gets to maybe you'll get to a point where you'll be like, well, holy shoot! Now I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what my brain thinks or what um everybody else thinks. I think I'm just gonna do it now without hesitation. And I guess I'm not quite at that point yet, but I do want to be at that point in my life with everything. Just whether it be making more of this stuff or also just with the way I express myself and my look, with my hair, my clothing and stuff like that. Like hopefully I'll get there one day. And hopefully who's ever watching this will also get there one day as well. Because I believe in all of that. I really do. And these ideas that I've gotten into my brain have just been all over the place. It's just been bouncing back and forth, like there's a bunch of springs in my head, just bouncing these ideas and all this stuff around. And not just ideas, also thought, and it's just driving me nuts. Like I can't, and it's driving me nuts because for some reason I have all this stuff in me, and I yet to do anything with it. So I think that's the part that's driving me crazy, because even though I have all this stuff in my brain, all at all times, nothing comes out of it. And I think that's also something people may struggle with, because again, it comes back to that, like that fear of what people think or how they will perceive you as a person. Because sometimes you may think that my idea is kind of crazy, or like my this thought's kind of crazy, but I can show you it's not. Because you because then you say that, and then 5 minutes later you're doom scrolling on TikTok, and then you see some random guy, random person that has like 10 likes on their post, and it's almost the exact same feeling, same idea that you have. Now you're like, well, shoot, this random person, 10 likes or whatever, probably going through the same stuff I'm going through, did it, and I didn't. What's stopping me from doing that? That's why you should do it. That's why you shouldn't be afraid. You shouldn't be scared of this idea that you have, because you should also use it as kind of as your motive, your motivation to like keep going, to your motivation to like just do it, just do it. So however you like it, like however you like it, no matter what, get those ideas out, like, and don't also I get I don't know where I'm going with this, but I guess also don't like put an image of your brain that if there's this one idea you want to get out, but you think you gotta be a certain person or a certain, or like a certain, you gotta be a certain place in your life to get that idea out. Don't. Just get it out. Because that's all that really matters. Because the longer you wait to get it out, the more afraid you're gonna become of letting it out. And that will just crush you and crush you for such a for a while. It has crushed me for a while, and this is me finally like getting over that, like that feeling, just being crushed, like crushed over and over again, because it is frustrating. It is frustrating not letting the idea, not executing it, because then you think at night, it's like right before you go to bed, like, why didn't I do it? I had such a big motive and I had such a big feeling that I'm gonna do this, and then it doesn't happen, and then you kind of like you kind of like you knock yourself down for it. But like use that as a strength and kind of as a motive to just be like, I'm not gonna let this crushing feeling or this feeling of fear from others from stopping me from executing these ideas that I have, or these, like, don't let that crush you, because that's it's just gonna be not good at all. Um, Again, that's not really getting anywhere, or more like I don't know where I'm going with this. Like I said, there's not direction I'm gonna take this. Um, I did probably do look very nervous. This is very random, but also this ties back to what I was saying. It's like I just gotta get it out, no matter what others think, no matter what I think, no matter what freaking anybody around, whatever my dog thinks. No. Okay. Kind of a bit of a cut. So that was random. But yeah, don't that fear. Don't let it control you. Don't ever let it control you, because I had for so long. I feel like in my life that I've let fear control my feelings and the way um I've dealt with things and the way I've and my experiences, and like I feel like I've missed out on so many things because of my fear of just being perceived as somebody else, or just like feeling judgment from other people, even though people don't really care. They don't. Like, there's been so many times where I just kind of, after I let the fear consume me, and then I miss out on something, and then I just think back like, wow, people were not, they did not care that much. They didn't care at all about, it's not that they didn't care about me, it's just they didn't care like what I was feeling or what I was thinking. And because of it, I feel like I've been like I've missed out on so many things. And now like I want to make up for it. Or not make up for it, but like um more like I'm not gonna let it control me anymore. Because like I just with everything that I want to do and all of these ideas out of my head, I just cannot let it do that. I can't. And you shouldn't either. You shouldn't get this stuff in your brain. Don't let it set you back because you're not that. You're not that. I'm not that. And I know I'm not. And deep inside, like you might think you are, but you're not. Like you're not that like person that you make yourself up to be. No. Because you can do this and you can do that. Like that dream, that goal that you have, like idea, like you can be that. You can achieve that. Really what's stopping a lot of people is that fear that from others, or just that fear that they can't be that person. They gotta be stuck on being this way, or they gotta be stuck being this type of person for the rest of their lives, but they don't. Whoa. They don't gotta be that. They don't gotta be that person. And for that, so like you should not set yourself to a role or to like a certain like character for the rest of your life. No, you should not do that. You should let these ideas that you have, like, let that be your, what's it called? Fuck, what's the word? Let that be like sort of your freedom from escaping that like role that you think you have to be. Don't. Like let that be the freedom that like lets you become who you want to be and lets you explore that creativity, that idea that you have. So, but it, a lot of the word of idea is getting tossed around here. So now I'm feeling kind of crazy for using it a lot. But at the same time, that's like the big word that I guess that was the big thing for this that I kind of want to focus on because this was an idea that I wanted to do. And sometimes I do scramble my words around a lot. And then I do sometimes make no sense, but hopefully I got I got the point I want to make across to whoever's watching this. So let those ideas out. Let let yourself don't let that fear overcome those ideas ever. Because like one day you will grow old and you're gonna look back at when you were young and you're gonna think, wow, I really should have stuck with it. I really should have stuck with the idea. And it's beautiful when you finally let yourself execute the idea because when you do, you feel this new freedom you've never felt before. Because even though you were scared, even though like you were up so many nights just thinking, it's like, wow, should I really do this? Is this okay? What are people gonna think? And then you finally do it. There's just this like feeling of relief, like such a big weight off your shoulder was taken off because you did it. And that could be anything. That could be like I finally spoke up about what I want to say in this class. I finally like had the courage to like start drawing again or like start journaling or like reading, like start like reading a book or even just catching up like I don't know, like on show and stuff like that or like you finally freaking like you started playing this game again and you're like I don't know, it could be anything. Don't let use that as like your motivation and happiness. don't don't let yourself like you're gonna be yourself your biggest doubter, but you can also be your biggest like you can be your biggest motivator as well because when you overcome that fear, when you overcome those challenges, you're gonna feel like you're on top of the world and you can do anything. You really can. So I guess that was what I want to talk about. And now I'm saying that as now there's like a big relief coming out of me. Whoa. Big relief coming, like just a big relief because I was finally able to do this. And even though I'm still afraid, I'm still kind of scared, but I'm still doing it. And that's what matters. It's the fact that I did it and I was able to finally put up with that fear. I did it. So anyway, like I said, do not let the fear consume you. Let those ideas out. Don't think of what others are going to think. Just think about how you're going to feel when the idea is finally left out or let out. So, yeah, I'm Frankie. If you watched all the way through, thank you very much. I don't really have much else to say besides just, again, thank you. And hopefully whatever I talked about got there. I made my point. Not a point, but it's just what I said was understood. So yeah. Thank you for watching. You're gonna be good. Okay.